Hello and welcome. We can't take our eyes off this story. There is so much happening and it's developing so fast. It's raising bigger questions about power, about police brutality. The images coming out of Kenya, it's just impossible to ignore. Here's the latest on Erupt Ojwang. Now, what started as a custody death has turned into a national moment of reckoning. The air in Nairobi yesterday was tense. Violent clashes erupted. Security forces fired tear gas on crowds protesting the death of Erupt Ojwang, the 31-year-old teacher who was jailed but didn't make it out alive. Take a look. Protesters hurled rocks at police officers, they torched cars, and a few even reportedly got injured by rubber bullets. The flashpoint of it all, the death of Ojwang. He died in a Nairobi cell last weekend. Police claim that he hit his own head and died, but a post-mortem disputed that. It revealed that Ojwang was assaulted to death.
Because one of us was killed. He was picked from the village and brought here to Nairobi. I later heard he was killed. He was murdered by strangulation after he was severely beaten. He didn't die by hitting his head against the wall but was killed by police. That's why I am here. I am deeply pained.
And all of this is happening right as the Kenyan government tries to pass a budget. The current demonstrations have overshadowed that. The finance bill was tactfully designed. The administration wanted to avoid what happened in 2023. Last year, President Ruto-backed tax hikes descended the country into frenzy. Thousands had stormed the parliament, and Ruto was forced to scrap his plans. The current situation is almost giving flashbacks. Ojwang's death has thrown a match into a room full of dry papers. Ruto even admitted he died at the hands of police. But there's something different this time. The government played it safe. The new bill focuses just on taxing small businesses, not essential goods. The Finance Ministry has even introduced an online portal. Citizens can give feedback there, but the trust is still low. Last month, a software designer was arrested. He had made a website that mocked the budget. It let people email their complaints to the government offices. The point we are trying to make is this isn't just about one man. Kenya's police watchdog says that 20 people have died in police custody in just 4 months.
I'm here to fight police brutality. For long, we've witnessed police kill youths. It's something that has been here for long, and nobody talks about it. Nobody takes it serious. Now we've decided to end the police brutality. I'm here because of Ojwang. I'm here because of the so many youths that we lost last year. I'm here for Kenya.
Erupt Ojwang is another name on that list. On the streets, people are chanting his name. They are demanding the resignation of Ruto Govt, the officer Ojwang had criticized. A police officer has reportedly been arrested in connection to the case.
The interest of the IG of police, and we will not go until Erupt Govt steps down. Erupt Govt must step down. We are not going away. They rather kill us, they rather abduct us, but we will not leave. Govt must step down.
So, what does this story tell us? You don't silence criticism by killing the critic. Erupt Ojwang was a teacher. Now he is a symbol of police violence, of broken systems, and of a nation that has had enough. And for more on this, we have with us on the show Professor Macharia Munene, author and columnist, also a professor of history and international relations at the USIU Africa. joining us live from Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much.
Professor, how do you assess the Kenyan government's handling of the fallout from Albert Ojwang's death, particularly in light of its recent efforts to pass a budget aimed at avoiding unrest over tax hikes?
Well, the government has handled it very poorly. Could have done better than this. It is true that the president has finally come out and admitted that it happened under the police hands in a police cell. And what makes it even awkward was that just a few days before he had officially apologized to the Gen Zs for the wrongs that had been done to them. And then in a short time, then you have this killing of a teacher who happens to be a blogger. And his crime was supposedly criticize somebody. So it created a feeling that Kenya was going backward to the 1980s when being free to speak was almost a crime. And it backfired very badly for the people concerned, the officers concerned, and the police service in itself. It's not being taken very well across the board.
Mm. And what does the public reaction to Albert Ojwang's case reveal about the broader, long-standing issues of police accountability and civil liberties in Kenya?
Well, it appears as if the police are going backward and feeling so cocky that they can do anything they want and get away with it and come up with strange explanations. Similar to what was happening in 1990, when people are told that somebody shot himself and put himself under acid. Incredulous. So the question that comes up in the public mind is, who is advising the government or who is telling the police what to do? Because they appear to be clueless and not to be concerned with the welfare of the people, such that whatever they say is not believable. And this makes the government lose trust. And as long as it loses trust, then it has very little hold on the public. And it's happening in a very rapid way. And so now the government needs to rethink itself because it has lost the confidence of the public. And the Ojwang case is one of those episodes, not to mention the case of Njeri, who was arrested for developing a website on taxes. So everything is being done in the wrong way, not in the interest of the government at all. Mm.
Right. And also, given the timing of the protests and these tear gas clashes, do you foresee these tensions derailing the budget approval process or prompting political concessions from the administration?
If the protests intensify, of course, there will be some temporary concessions to appear to concede to some things. Because, in fact, the country was gearing up to the budget process this year in memory of last year. In fact, some people are calling for a holiday on June the 25th in commemoration of what happened. Now, what the Ojwang case has done is to make the situation worse than it would have been. So we are not very sure exactly how things would span out. But clearly there is tension, and the government needs to go back to the drawing board and appear to make concessions, if not make concessions, such that cool the temperatures. The arrogance of some people in the government is what really is grating the people. Once they see the differences, it's said that the government does not have resources to cater for education and health and various other things, and yet they also see luxury beyond means, display of arrogant luxury. And that in itself makes people very angry because they say the luxury being displayed is their tax money being misused instead of doing the right thing, like taking care of hospitals and the social and the education sector, which are practically collapsing. at present, and people know that, and they're very unhappy about it.
Right. Professor, thank you for being with us on Firstpost Africa and for your valued insights there.
My pleasure. Thank you.